Hey you guys, PJD here. I just want to talk to you about two quick things in this video. The first is something that I mentioned previously. It was like in a What's New This Week video. This is from the Main Choice. This is their Crystal Orchid Biotin Infused Styling Gel. I said to you during that video that I placed it on my hair like in the bang area, wore it. It gave me good definition, and that I saw other YouTubers or other people who reviewed this mention that they got flakes like the next day, and that didn't happen to me. And I was telling you that is perhaps because they had moisturizers and other things and they were layering, and maybe that's why they got the flaking, because I didn't. Well, just shut my mouth, because I wore this the other day. I put it in on Wednesday on freshly cleansed hair. There was absolutely nothing in my hair. Again, no moisturizer, no leave-in, no nothing. It was great that day. Very next day, flake city. So while I thought I would just be able to wrap my hair up at night, maintain those curls, fluff it out in the morning, I was fluffing out flakes. So it indeed flakes. It is not about it not having not being layered with other products. I don't know what the deal is with this. So if you're wearing it for those one-day curls, great. This gel will be fine for you. But if this is something you're trying to carry over a series of days, that will likely be a problem. I don't know why the first time I put this on, it was great day one, even great day two, no flaking. But this time I see the light. I know why others experience flaking, or I can see the type of flaking that they may have experienced, because I too now have experienced it. So I can just tell you that, use with caution. If you figured out the rhyme or reason behind why this flaking comes about, maybe it's the amount that I'm putting in, but I feel like it was very similar to the amount I put in the first time, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I showed this in a previous video. I'll have it linked below if you want to see the consistency and everything of it. But it's just like a very goopy type of hair gel. Smells delightful though. But yeah, so that was an update I wanted to give you on the Main Choice. And here's an update on another product. All right, we're gonna start off really positive here, okay? And this is on the Laid product, which has been reformulated from Soultanicals. So this was the first version of it, which sorry for the hair, which I showed you. And I said it's essentially a grease, even though I, along with many others, thought it was being described more so as an edge control when it speaks about, you know, slicking back ponytails and all that other stuff, and keeping your edges laid. And even though laid is an acronym for laying all Izzy's down. Anyhow, so this was the first version, and this is what I think is really positive about the owner of that brand, Io. She really heard the cries of her customers and wanted to address that, and she realized that it wasn't exactly the product that we all thought it would be, or at least it didn't serve our needs in the way that we thought it would, based on the description of the product. So you know what she did, and this is really, really great. She heard our cries, went back in the lab, reformulated the product, sent out a release statement basically saying that she had reformulated it. She heard us, and she wanted it to be what we expected it to be, and she was putting out this new batch. So whenever you purchase now, you're getting the new version of Laid, which is this one. I'm going to tell you the other good thing that she did, which many companies, even some big brands, don't do. Well, first of all, they don't necessarily listen to the customers and make changes in the lab just because we have had a different experience with the product than they thought we would. So she's already above their shoulders in that regard. The next thing that she did to kind of raise it up a notch is that she said everyone who purchased this product during the first week of April, which is when it was originally released, she would be sending out a 2-ounce sample of the new reformulated version and send it to those individuals so they would be able to have a sample of the new one. So that's kind of where the positive light ends, because let me say the first issue is that we're in May 15th, and I haven't received the sample yet. Oh, so that's number one. Just from a business perspective, either don't mention that you are going to send out the samples and let it be a surprise to those who were hoping to get it, because I've even received messages from people saying, hey, did you get it? Because I didn't get it, right? So it's not just me alone. So don't make that statement until you're actually ready to start shipping out, or just make it a surprise and then we receive it and yay, how nice of you. Okay, great. Because you could have already put it on the site to say, hey, anyone who buys this is the new reformulated version, but you didn't necessarily have to say that you were sending out, which is a generous 2-ounce sample to everyone who purchased in that first week, because now we're in May, almost a month from that time period, or even more so. I was going to say that release came out about before the 18th actually of April. So we're almost hitting the month period of when that announcement was made, and still no sample. Okay, so that's from the business side. The second thing is the actual reformulated version. The labeling and everything is identical to the first one. I'll move it closer for those of you who have not seen it, but she has all of this information on her website. Again, really happy that she's always sticking with ingredients that may be different and new to us, as well as some of the old tried and true ingredients that we are used to. So that's cool. This one, again, saying that it's laying down all edges. And again, when she put out the message, she said, you know, I hear you guys, and this one is like gonna do what you want. So I haven't read all the comments out there, so maybe some people wanted it to do exactly what this reformulated one does, but let me just show you the consistency. As soon as I opened the jar, I had question marks floating all around, so it won't spill out. This is a jiggly, you can see it jiggling there, product. Let me just pick up the lid because I had some in there as well. So it's a creamy kind of product, whereas the first one emulsified down into a grease. It was a grease. It broke down to like an oil very quickly. This one is more like lotion, but not that lotion that absorbs into your skin. It's like that lotion that can kind of hang out on top for a good while. Another thing that I want to say is many people are asking her not to change the scent of the original one when she reformulated it, and she tried, I can tell, very, very hard to keep it really similar, so it still has that kind of bubblegum scent. It may not be as prominent as it was in the original version. It may not be as strongly scented with that same scent, but she did keep the scent. It's still definitely there. So those of you who want to keep that same scent, or were hoping that it would have it there, I think you'll still be really, really happy. So anyway, here's the product that I put on. You can see it's kind of shiny there. It feels like a pudding that you would use to twist. So I have used this in an attempt to hold down edges, which I already kind of have an edge control already in, so it may not make sense to put it in there, but I just want you to see how lotion-like it is. Now, maybe if you have really, really straight hair that is light, then the weight of it may be able to lay down your edges and give you slick ponytails. But for a person like myself, and again, I already have edge control, so don't attribute the fact that it's still down to that. I just want you to see that it's kind of lotion-like in consistency, because I've used it with no edge control or anything on my hair, and it doesn't lay a thing down. So I was using it as like a pudding for twists, and that seems to be okay. But again, not what I thought this product would be. And I didn't pay the full price, because I believe, and I'll put the price down here, of the regular price of this particular item. But what I did is, she happened to have had a sale around the 18th of April where she had all of her 8-ounce products being sold for $9.99. So that's why I swept it up. I picked up just one because I said it's been reformulated, but I saw the picture, it looked a little creamy. I said, well, let me just get one and see. So thankful that I did that. I got the one. This is not something that I would be repurchasing. It's not an edge sleek. I really don't know how to classify this. I don't know what this is other than a pudding, maybe a twisting pudding. Maybe for some hair types it may even be moisturizing. For mine it is not. So this is a product that I would use to twist. I haven't seen any flaking or anything from it, so that's fine. At least it's, you know, no harm, no foul. It's not doing anything negative to my hair or anything bad, but it's certainly not living up to the claim for me still of being an edge control. So I'm done with Laid. Even if it should be reformulated again, which I doubt, you know, I'm good on that. We're just not, and we're not here when it comes to Laid, which is you know, fine. I'm sure there will be people who love this reformulated version, so enjoy. But for me, this one I had already given to my sister. I just asked for it back because I wanted to just do the reference on camera again, and she'll be getting this one too. And her hair type is slightly different from mine, so maybe, you know, would do something a bit more for her. Not for edges though, it still wouldn't do that, but maybe for twisting and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, these are the two products that I kind of wanted to talk to you about and do kind of an update on that Main Choice one, as well as the Laid products, both versions of them, the original and the reformulated versions. So there you have it. If you picked up the reformulated one, please do let me know your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.